Two. Hey, everyone. Good evening. Darla and Kevin here, and we are here tonight to talk about living the adventure of life. I have to tell you that a couple of years ago, I was not living the adventure. Darla was wishing that I would try to live the adventure with her, but I wasn't doing it. I was complacent. I didn't have any dreams. I didn't really have any goals. I had a good business I was doing, and I had my free time, and I was traveling all over the country. And then we decided to become ULA coaches. And you may say, what in the world is an ULA coach? Well, ULA is a lifestyle framework that teaches you how to dream again and how to set goals and how to actually accomplish them. What a concept. So many people don't set goals anymore, just like I had stopped doing, because they don't reach them. They set that New Year's resolution on January 1st, and then about 13 to 14 days later, they give up on it because they didn't do it like they were supposed to. They didn't reach their goal. And they just give up. And it's so sad. But I understand. I was in that position. I had set goals over and over to lose weight, to excel in business. And I just wasn't reaching those high levels that I wanted to, or those lower levels in my fitness that I was looking for, lower in weight specifically. And so when we became ULA coaches and we took the training and we actually went to an intensive 2-day course called ULA Palooza, that's when I really understood what it meant to have a dream, something out there that you really would like to do, something you would really like to be, a group of people that you would really love to help. And I learned how to set goals, stair-step goals, that would reach that dream. And so after the first year, I lost 25 pounds and I got off of diabetes medication because I went through that process. And then every single day, I took action. So it didn't happen on the January 2nd that I lost the 25 pounds. It took me the entire year to do that, but it was totally worth it. And a lot of the reason it took me a year is because I didn't do it right the first time. I didn't actually walk the 2 miles that I said I was going to walk the first day. I could only walk around the block, and I had to come back inside because I was not fit. And so then this year, we also started changing our diet in January, and we've actually, Darla has converted me to actually eat Brussels sprouts, if you can believe that. So there's all kinds of great nutritious food, and I try to enjoy nutritious food for fuel, not using food as a crutch. So these are just some things that I was able to do with the ULA framework. And we actually have for you at the end of the session, if you would like to have one, just comment below and we will send you a PDF that you can actually make a list of all the goals and dreams that you would like to accomplish as you head into 2022. What is going to be your adventure that you're going to go on in 2022? And what I want you to think about before I give this to Darlene, she talks about one of the areas of life is an adventure. It's an adventure to be lived every day. And so she's going to tell you how to do that in the area of fitness. Darla, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. It's so fun to work on your health with your spouse. I have to say, I just get joy out of it. I came home from work today and Kevin was still out walking, and I passed him and stopped him on the corner and got a kiss before I got home from this guy walking down the street. It was very fun. Um, I am someone who doesn't really care to exercise because that's boring, but I really like to have fun. And I figured out that if I'm not healthy and fit and if I don't have my muscles and my strength, that I don't get to have as much fun. So think about that. Think about it a lot and then get moving. I was talking to a lady the other day that said that she doesn't like to exercise either. I can tell people that have the birthday around me. Are you a Libra? I'm a Libra. We don't like to exercise. We like to be out in the beauty and the land and see the earth, but we don't like to exercise because we like the art and the beauty of being outdoors, or the art and the beauty part. We're not so much physical, athletes and that sort of thing. You could prove me wrong if you want, but that's what I found. So when I see someone who has a similar birthday, I ask them, or I just call them out on it, and they're like, "How did you know that? I'm so like that." Because if you take me to the beach, I'll walk all day, swim in the ocean, do whatever you want. But if you tell me to just work out for 30 minutes, that's just too boring. So for me, it has to be more fun. And also, I have a lot of women that tell me they have a difficult time losing weight, but they're working out and they're eating right and they're like pounding it, trying to, make it happen. And it's just like still not happening, still not happening. And if that's you, um, DM me or reach out to me because I have some other tools that will help you. But a lot of times I ask women, like, what are you holding on to that you need to let go of? Because sometimes it's not really a weight issue. If you know what you need to do, if you're having ice cream at night after dinner for a snack, or if you're snacking on candy dishes and you have candy dishes in your home, or you have a sugar thing going on, then that's what you have to figure. I mean, like, you just have to call yourself out on that and just say, okay, I'm done. So Kevin always wanted to lose weight, but he didn't ever want to give up cheese and dessert. So, it's kind of hard to drop some pounds when you're still having the fun stuff. So, if you're someone who doesn't like to exercise or someone who doesn't want to give up cheese or ice cream, then you have to not focus on the scale and the food. You got to focus on something else. Like, I want to be able to get on the floor and play with my grandkids someday. I want to be able to take my family on a trip and go do adventures. And if you want to go do adventures, you better be healthy and fit and strong to go do that. So that's where your motivation is going to come from. And that's what ULA teaches you, because if you do a step every day towards this health and fitness, then in 1 year, if you do one step a day, you'll have 320. How many days are in a year? You have that many days of steps done, right? If you do 3 steps a day, like you drink your water, because we need to get rid of all the other stuff we drink and drink more water, and we eat a salad every day or fresh vegetables every day, and we go for a walk every day, that's 3 steps towards being healthier and happier and fit and strong. And if you do those 3 things, by the end of a year, you have 1,000 steps towards that. That'll make a difference. That's what makes a difference, is just continual action, but also doing it so that you can have more fun, not because what the scale says. Does that make sense? Hopefully that helps. Play with your kids, play with your grandkids, go on an adventure, go on a hike. Those are the kinds of things that you're going to find that will motivate you. And at some point, you'll say, okay, I decided that I'm going to do this. And that's what happened to Kevin. He finally said, okay, I'm going to do this. And not just Kevin, it happened to me. Of all people, it happened to me. And so I really did drop 20 pounds and I've kept it off. Has it been a year already, honey? Anyway, So that's what we're doing. So that is part of ULA, and that is why we love it so much, because we know it changes lives, and we know that how much better our life is. Like, it's different. It takes about 7 months to really change your life. Not 7 days, not 7 hours. You just got to keep going, and that's what's going to happen. And Kevin, are you there?
I am here.
I can't see you. Um, so what's the next adventure in your life? Are you strapped and you're having financial difficulties? This last year has been a little tough for a lot of people. Jobs changing and people thinking that they were going to be secure, and but then they've ended up upside down in their rent or their mortgage or their car payments or whatever they're doing, and their credit card bills went up. And so, Kevin, tell them what ULA has done for you and your finances, or tell a story about how what can you plan out in a year's time or even 7 months time to be able to overcome that stress part, because a lot of the physical health that we have is burdened by our stress, and a lot of stress issues are related to money. So if we can get rid of our debt and our money stress, we'll be healthier, right?
Exactly right, Darla.
It all goes
Yeah,
together.
we utilize the ULA framework for finances. It's actually called the Green Gap process to pay off like $60,000 in credit cards and eliminate all of our debt except for our mortgage payment. So now we're paying double mortgage payments every month to pay it down even faster. And we also refinanced it in order so that it was on a shorter term loan, only a 15-year instead of a 30-year. So because we didn't have the credit card debt, we could afford to take that money and pay more on the house, and we're paying it off even faster than the 15 years, probably in about 7 years total. So that's what we did using the ULA framework. Now, the framework itself, and the reason I want to just give you these steps tonight, is because when you decide, hey, I want to be on an adventure and I want to go climb Mount Everest, or I want to go to the Rockies, or I want to go to the beach on an adventure, it does cost money. And you can whip out a credit card and you can do that and you can go have fun for a week, but then you come home and 10, 21 days later, you've got a bill in the mail and you say to yourself, who in the world spent all this money? And it was you. And so the Green Gap process is all about eliminating the use of credit cards altogether. And how do we do that? Well, if you live on a monthly budget and you identify and you start reducing your expenses so that you always have more income than expenses. The difference in your income and your expenses is called a green gap. And you can take that money that's left over at the end of the month and you maximize it by apportioning it, maximize it by making sure that you have eliminated all the expense that you can. You may have it like subscriptions to Netflix or subscriptions to other TV services that you don't even watch anymore. Or maybe you've got tech services that you have bought subscriptions for a year and you don't use them. Or you've got apps on your phone that are charging you every month. Eliminate those things that you're not using and get yourself some more money and increase that green gap. And when you start to reduce expenses and maximize your gap, then you have even more money to pay off any credit card debt that you have and your mortgage. And before you know it, you can be debt free. So Usually, for people, when they start to set goals for 2022 now, you want to first look at, do I have a green gap? And if you don't have a green gap, that's your first goal that you want to get. And to do that, you also want to establish an emergency fund, because when you get rid of those credit cards, you're driving down the road, everything is great, you don't have any credit card debt anymore, and you hit a pothole, and the next thing you know, you need to buy a new tire. And instead of putting it on a credit card, that's what your emergency fund of $3,000 is for. You can just get the cash and you can pay for that. And you haven't put yourself back in the situation of having credit card debt that is weighing you down and stopping you from dreaming about all those great places you could go and great adventures that you could have. Now, Darla, why don't you tell us about how families can grow closer together when they live the adventure together?
So, if you want to have good relationships with your family, with your spouse, with your kids, it's really important to spend some quality time together. And it doesn't have to be expensive, it can be everybody make dinner together. Maybe the kids make the salad. Maybe dad grills. Maybe mom makes a side dish. Um, Sometimes it's fun for families to say, okay, the kids are making dinner one night a week or two nights a week, and then they all get together and they can choose what they want for dinner. Those kinds of things are fun. And the reason I choose dinner is just because America's notorious for not getting their family around the dinner table at the same time. And so everybody has different schedules with athletics and um, different curricular activities going on and work schedules. And so if you can make a point of having at least one or two nights a week where everybody's around the table together, maybe it's lunch on Saturday, maybe it's breakfast on Sunday, something together where you can really get together and tune in and really say, like, what was the best part of your week? What was the hardest part of your week? You know, like, really tune in. Did you meet a new friend this week? What did you struggle with? What could you do better? Those are some different kind of prompts that you can use in a conversation with your own kids or with your own spouse, and have some time together for one-on-one time. If you have two kids or three kids, then make a kid date where you have an hour with each child a week to go do something, even if it's going to the library. I guess I don't know if the libraries are open right now, but go take one to their ball game or go to the grocery store or a store with one, or just go for a walk, go to the park with one of your kids. And then for your spouse, it's really important to have one-on-one time also, more than once a week. And when you start making that quality time where you put everything else away and you're present with them instead of like multitasking and doing different things and seeing each other as they pass by in the home, then it makes a huge difference in your family. And then just teaching respect and unconditional love, because good grief, if we don't have unconditional love in our own home, where are we going to get it from? And love is just everything. So I think it's so important to remember that, our family is like, what's life about, right? We need to be close to our family. So that's one of I just believe that. And so some people just get caught up in the busy day to day and they forget about that. So what's a family goal? Maybe it's simple as having a meal together once a week. Maybe it's twice a week. Maybe it's more than that for you. Maybe it's going to the park or going to a family playing outside somehow together for 2 hours on the weekend. Whatever anybody, maybe different people in the family get to choose what the event is that they're going to do on a Saturday for 3 or 4 hours together. Maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's putting it on the refrigerator that you all choose to go on a vacation, and then everybody next year is going to be focused on we're all working together to save money, to be a happy family together so that we can go on this adventure next summer and plan a vacation for next summer, but everybody's in on it. And so when you're at Target and the kids are saying, I want this, I want this, I want this, say, what's our goal? And then you can be like, oh yeah, we want to go on that trip in the summer. Let's save our money so that we can go on that fun trip together. And then you have buy-in, what it's called, with all of your family members, that everybody's working towards that same vision. And then you're just automatically like closer and more cohesive. Does that make sense? Anyhow, that's what I would do. I know I
That's
talk
awesome.
fast. I talk a lot, but that's what I think. And it doesn't
Yeah,
have to be expensive. You just need time.
if I wasn't already married to you, I would ask you to marry me based on
Aw,
what you just said.
I love you. We should go on a date.
That's another fun thing you can do as a family. For us, it's just the two of us now. So we get to go on a date night every week.
Ooh, where are we going?
That is fun. So, what could you do with 52 date nights? What could you do with that? Okay, so we've come to the end of our program tonight, and we wanted to remind you that you can ask for the 2022 Life Planner here in the comments of this video and provide us some way to contact you on Facebook Messenger or however that might be. And we will gladly send you that planner so that you can get started on making 2022 an adventure for you. And Darla wants to tell us about some place where we're really going to be in person this weekend.
There's a little sample of a car behind our picture tonight, and there's little colors on that car, and they're stickers, and they're goal stickers. And we have an ULA Dream Bug, and we are taking our ULA Dream Bug up to Prescott, Arizona. We live in Phoenix. We're taking our ULA Dream Bug to Prescott, and we will be at Big Sting, which is a concert in the park, and it's going to be amazing. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, nights, and it is to raise money for Shadows Foundation. And Shadows Foundation, shout out to them, is a foundation that helps people with chronic illnesses meet their needs. So after my own heart right there. But come on out to Prescott, Big Sting. Message me if you want some more info. I'll send you a link for it. It's for a good cause. It'll be lots of fun. Come put your goals on our car, or message what your goals or your visions are, and we'll put them, your dreams, and we'll put them on our car. So just put them on this chat and we'll do it for you. Thanks, everybody.
Great. So don't forget to ask for your 2022 Life Planner. Come see us this weekend at the Big Sting Music Show up in Prescott, and be grateful and have faith and come get your ULA life. Bye, everybody.
Bye.